Jeff. Kim is going to stay on that side. Let me start off by saying good morning to everyone, and I appreciate members of the media and the press for being here this morning. I also want to certainly acknowledge the presence of Jeff Peterson, Scott's Miracle-Gro Vice President for Regional Sales, Southwest. We also have Kim Marcus, Scott's Miracle-Gro Manager of Consumer Marketing and PR. Kim, thank you. And then there's Michael Diamond, Scott's Miracle-Gro Manager of Government Relations for the Western Region. I am so happy to see the three of you, and then there were supposed to be 10 pallets of Bagby gone that they have brought to help the city of Houston with the Zika abatement program. I think those 10 pallets are in the warehouse, and we're trying to get some of them here, hopefully before the press conference is over. This is a significant contribution to our ongoing efforts to combat the Zika, and I want to thank Arthur for his gracious generosity. We want all of our residents to have the information and the products they need to protect themselves from this virus. Due to your donation, residents in our underserved neighborhoods will now have access to protection they might not otherwise have been able to afford. The Arthur donation is roughly equal to 3,600 bottles of product, and Bagby Gone is an outdoor insect killer for use on lawns and gardens. It is not an insect repellent for use on individuals. So let me repeat that. The Arthur donation is roughly equals to 3,600 bottles of product, and the Bagby Gone is an outdoor insect killer for use on lawns and gardens, and it is not an insect repellent for use on individuals. The company is also donating branded cards with Zika protection information that will be given out when the Bagby Gone is distributed to residents in districts B, D, H, I, J, and K. The neighborhoods where the city's Zika abatement program have been concentrated. Staff from the Houston Health Department and the Mayor's Citizens Assistance Office will manage the distribution. Since February, the City of Houston Solid Waste Department has been conducting weekend sweeps of illegal dumps sites to reduce mosquito breeding sites and combat the spread of Zika. They have hauled away 3,000 tons of debris and 19,000 tires. And last week, we made an appeal to the state of Texas for financial help in covering the increased costs the city is incurring. The conversations since then have been productive, both with the governor's office as well as with the speaker's office, and we remain hopeful for a positive response from Austin. In fact, we have now support from over 20 members of the Harris County Legislative Delegation. Residents need to do their part too, follow the 3 Ds of mosquito defense: drain, dress, and deep. And drain standing water on your property and keep hedges trimmed, dress in long pants and long sleeves, keep windows and screens repaired, and use air conditioning. When outside, spray exposed skin with mosquito repellent containing DEET and reapply as necessary, and use netting to protect babies and strollers or car seats. And so at this time, let me bring up Jeff Peterson of Scott's Miracle-Gro, Vice President for Regional Sales, Southwest, and let me thank you again for the generous donation to the City of Houston.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Mayor Turner. At Ortho, we truly believe in the importance of strong community partnerships. I stand here this morning with you in this fight to defend our home community in the city of Houston against the risk of mosquito-borne diseases. After all the flooding and rainfall that has hit the Houston area, it is imperative that we step in and protect our community and provide a solution to help manage the mosquito problem here. Over the last several months, as mosquito-borne diseases become more and more prevalent, we've ramped up our efforts to help reach, educate, and shield citizens against these dangers. We especially want to help the city of Houston going into the peak summer months. Ortho has been a leader in pest control for over 100 years. We are proud of this donation in that it's going to help those who are especially vulnerable in the dangers of mosquito-borne diseases. Thank you, Mayor Turner. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jeff, and the donation is very much appreciated. And this time, let me call up Stephen Williams, the Director of Houston Health Department.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning. From a public health perspective, we're taking this threat of Zika very, very seriously. In Houston, we have mosquitoes, we have the appropriate climate and travel from Latin America. Our citywide campaign is ongoing, and we're looking at multiple ways to protect Houstonians. Personal protection is most important. It is important to safeguard Houstonians, especially pregnant women and our future Houstonians. No one wants to spend all summer inside, and so this donation is very important. It will help us to control insects in yards, including all mosquitoes. Remember, the most important thing that we can do is what the mayor said. We want folks to drain, dress, and utilize DEET. And so I want to express my gratitude to you for this donation, and we'll make sure that we put it to good use.
Thanks, Steve. And at this time, let me call up Dr. David Pearce, the Director of the Houston EMS.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning. And I'd like to also thank Ortho for their generous donation. This will make an absolute impact on the lives of Houstonians and giving them the freedom. Director Williams pointed out that nobody wants to spend the summer inside. And I want to reinforce the fact that every single one of us needs to protect ourselves. There's a lot of attention, deservedly so, on pregnant women, because that's ultimately who we want to protect the most. But remember, any pregnant woman who could become infected will be infected by a mosquito that probably caught it from somebody else. So every single one of us needs to work to protect our homes and our families and ourselves from becoming infected with the Zika virus. So that's why we want everybody to police your own property, drain those potential breeding sites. Don't forget about your gutters. Dress with long sleeves, long pants, and I know that's going to be difficult in Houston in the summer, but we need to do it. And to apply DEET-containing insect repellent. And then with the Ortho, for those neighborhoods that we're going to be able to distribute it to, that will then help them protect their yards, not only from the Aedes aegypti mosquito, but also from the Culex mosquito, which transmits West Nile virus, which we have seen less activity of, but nevertheless remains a threat. So in summary, I just want to remind everyone that it's the responsibility of every single one of us to police our property and to protect ourselves and our families from becoming infected with the Zika virus that could then turn around and infect somebody else. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dr. Pearce. And I have my Bagby gone now that I intend to utilize, and I'm encouraging others to utilize it as well. So this can be used to certainly provide additional protection. I think let me just be very, very clear. The City of Houston, specifically the Health Department, we're taking this situation very, very serious. We want Houston to be proactive. We don't want to find ourselves having to respond after the fact and then wish we should have done steps 1, 2, or 3. So we want to be very, very proactive. We're taking this virus very seriously, even though there have not been any cases where people have, let's say, what's the word for it? With the virus where the virus has been transmitted right here in the city of Houston, we still want to be very, very active because the consequences can be enormous. So please do it. Solid Waste has been very active. Jeff, this will help to supplement the efforts of the city of Houston have already undertaken, so we appreciate it. I think the pallets will be outside, right outside, if you want to take some shots of that, or if you want to come to my home and watch me do the Bagby Gone, you're more than welcome to come and do that as well. But I'm encouraging all people in the city of Houston, the 3 Ds, drain, dress, and DEET. And so please, if we do this, then I think we can help keep everyone safe in the city of Houston. Having said that, are there any questions that anyone may have?
Distributed to
Say
those
it one more
neighborhoods?
time.
When are those bottles going to be distributed to the neighborhoods? Or
Oh, when would they be
Yeah.
distributed? Harry, you want to come up and answer? Harris, the Chief Operation Officer, and then over solid waste.
Thank you. We're working with the Health and Human Services Department. They will be distributed in the districts that the mayor spoke to. Residents will be able to come in. They'll go through a verification process because we're looking at the most vulnerable populations or those areas where we have had recent flooding and high proliferation of mosquito larvae.
Any other questions? Okay, you can get shots of the Bagby gone right outside, and you know I'm trying to be Vanna White right here with my product. And then, having said that, and I know Janice is going to shoot me, so not to combine two things into one. Please do not forget the visual tomorrow night at what time, Janice? At 7:30 right at City Hall. So please do not forget the visual tomorrow night. It's very, very important, and it's important for Houston to show up in a major way to show our support to the people in Orlando, and to basically to say we're not going to be deterred by acts of any kind based on hate or terroristic activity. So tomorrow night at 7:30 at City Hall. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Jeff.